All right, so good morning and welcome. It's Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiowo. ICSAN is dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and administration. On the program this morning, we're looking at transparency and disclosure as important concepts in corporate governance. Our guest on the program this morning joins us online from Oyo State is Mr. SAMSON ADEKUNLE ILORI, ACIS. Is Vice Chairman, Oyo State Chapter ICSAN. Is also Head of Local Government Administration in Oyo State. Good morning, Mr. ILORI.
Good morning, Funmi and the listeners.
All right, thank you for joining us on the program this morning.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, we also have right here in the studio Mr. Kade Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Funmi. Good morning to you, all our listeners.
We're going to take this message and we'll be right back.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, ICSAN, definitely the hub of governance professionals. Like I said earlier, we're looking at transparency and disclosure as important concepts in corporate governance. Mr. ILORI, let's start this way. Transparency and disclosure, what does this mean?
Well, transparency and disclosure are among the principles and priorities which are internationally recognized as capable of promoting good corporate governance. The main aim of corporate disclosure is to communicate performance and governance to investors and other stakeholders. Transparency involves stakeholders' communication, and this is clearly stated in the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance in Principle 27 and Principle 28. These principles are very germane and pillars of corporate governance. By the way, what is corporate governance? Corporate governance can be defined as the control of an organization's conduct such that it is run legally and ethically. Therefore, the essence of corporate governance in any organization is to ensure that the business of that organization is carried out ethically, legally, and in a more efficient manner.
All right.
Disclosure.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. ILORI.
Disclosure, as I have said earlier on, assist. It is information dissemination from the board and to the stakeholders. That is, disclosure is the process of making information known to the public about the corporate organization structure and the corporate governance, including the code of running the business organization.
All right. While you were talking, you said you talked about disclosure to the public. Apart from this, to whom does a company owe the duty of disclosure?
Disclosure is to the investors and stakeholders. The stakeholders are the shareholders, the management, customers, regulators, vendors, employees, creditors, and even the host community. Sometimes it also includes the non-governmental organizations and the government.
All right. Can you give instances of situations desiring disclosure and transparent dealings in governance?
There are many instances. One, communication with stakeholders and the general public should be governed by the principle of timely, accurate, and continuous disclosure of material information on the activities of the company, so as to give a balanced and fair view of the company, including its financial and non-financial matters. The board should establish an investors portal on the company's website where communication policy as well as the company's annual report for a minimum of 5 immediately preceding years and other relevant information about the company should be published, and other relevant information about the company.
All right. You mentioned financial and non-financial. Let's look at this financial and non-financial disclosures. Can you try to differentiate this for us?
Financial disclosure is a document given by a company to the stakeholders, banks, and other relevant bodies. In other words, it is the act of making a company's financial information available to investors and others. Financial disclosure reports are used to identify potential and actual conflicts of interest. On the other side, non-financial disclosure is a form of transparency reporting where businesses are formally disclose certain information not related to their finances, including information on corporate social responsibility and other humanitarian services.
What are the harms in not fulfilling the disclosure requirements and ideals?
The harms are numerous. Basically, it may lead to poor corporate governance, that is, maladministration and even misappropriation of funds. Then the interest of the shareholders may not be protected. So there will be cases of fraud and lack of accountability. It may also lead to stunted business growth and non-realization of companies' objectives. So there are many harms that non-compliance with the Code of Corporate Governance can cause.
How important is the concept of transparency and disclosure in the stakeholders' relationship?
Transparency and disclosure make it easier for investors to make informed decisions. And this is clearly stated in Principle 27 of the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance 2018. At the same time, it also reduces the suspicion of possible manipulation and misuse of investors' funds. The concept, as embedded in the Code of Corporate Governance, also make it appropriate for the managers, the board of directors, to be responsible and accountable to shareholders.
All right. On transparency, a provision of the code states that communicating and interacting with stakeholders keep them conversant with the activities of the company and assist them in making informed decisions. Now, to what extent do you agree with this statement?
I agree with this provision of the Code of Conduct 100%. Full disclosure of relevant information by companies helps investors make informed decisions. It also decreases the sentiment of mistrust and speculation, and increases investors' confidence as they feel fully prepared to make investment decisions with transparency in information at hand. If the investors or other stakeholders are conversant with the activities and even the organogram of the company, they will definitely see the company as their own and be ready to commit even further investment into the company.
All right, I have to say a very big thank you to you, Mr. SAMSON ADEKUNLE ILORI, ACIS Vice Chairman, Oyo State Chapter ICSAN. He's also Head of Local Government Administration in Oyo State. Thank you so much, Mr. ILORI, for joining us on Corporate Governance Platform this morning.
Thank you, ma. Pleasure.
All right, Mr. Kayode Ketefe, let's take some announcements at this time.
Thank you very much, Fumi. The announcement we have for you today is on the professional qualifying examination of the Institute, which is holding in December. This is to inform all the students of the Institute that the registration for the December Diet Professional Examination is still ongoing. The registration and payment for the examination is through online procedure. Please visit our website www.icsan.org and click on the application for online registration. The examination will be held in the following cities across Nigeria: Lagos, Ibadan, Abeokuta, Uyo, Benin, Abuja, Enugu, and Port Harcourt. The examination itself will be held on Tuesday, December 7 and Wednesday, December 8, 2021. The registration for the December Diet examination closes on October 31st, 2021. Hurry up now and register. Detailed information about the registration for the said December 2021 ICSAN Professional Examination has been published in the Punch newspaper of August 11, 2021 at page 26. You can, however, get more information about the examination of the Institute by calling this number 080-9066-0354. I call the number again, 080-9066-0354. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. All right, that's our bit this morning on the program Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. The program returns again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m., right here at 89.7 FM. I am Fumi Omoburiwo. Enjoy the rest of the day.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeda, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.